Okay, so we're back. Just had to refresh. Okay, we're back on Facebook, back on YouTube. Okay. Hmm. No space of food there. Alright, let's just start it. Alright, so I'm here to help the 35 Cinema in Las Vegas move into their new location. I'm helping them with their Indiegogo campaign. The 35 Cinema is a Las Vegas theater where they show movies in their original way. So if you went to a theater to see Beetlejuice now, they would just set up a digital projector and pop in the Blu-ray. You could have done that at home. If you go to the 35, let me bring stuff down. I feel like if you go to the 35, they have the original film. So if you saw it back in the 80s, in 1987, you saw it on a film strip. If you go to the 35, you're seeing it on the exact same film strip. It's a great experience. It's something fun to do in Vegas. And right now, they're moving from their previous location, which had a bar in the foyer, to a new location, which does not. And essentially, it's a more family-friendly location where they could show a bigger spectrum of movies. And it's a great place to go. If you're doing something in Vegas with your family, it's great. And like I said, they have an Indiegogo campaign to help them move into their new location, and they got great incentives. Right now, I just found out that they have a new incentive, which is their new incentive is movie posters. I literally, so forgive me, I'm literally finding out this right this second. So it's literally fresh right off the presses. Let me find out what the new incentive is, because again, some of the incentives are very basic. This 35 Cinema sticker, a ticket, and you figure you're chipping into the Indiegogo campaign. You should have a ticket or two, and concessions. And then so these are the new ones that just came in just now. For $20, I guess you could either have an Alien poster, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, or Revenge of the Jedi. I'll get to that in a sec. Jaws, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Lost Boys, Predator, Return of the Jedi. I'll come back to that. Nightmare Before Christmas movie poster, Exorcist, Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Hellraiser, Rocky Horror Picture Show, The Thing, The Terminator, Scarface, Night of the Living Dead poster. He's selling posters galore. Creature of the Black Lagoon, Freaks, Dracula, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Back to the Future, Airplane, Beetlejuice, Blade Runner, Caddyshack. You could get any one of those posters. And let me get to the Revenge of the Jedi thing. Back in '83, Return of the Jedi was originally named Revenge of the Jedi, and there was a few posters that got out that had Revenge on the title. So that's a kind of cool incentive to have a Revenge of the Jedi poster. And then some of the other incentives are, large popcorn, 2 movie tickets in the concession, 10 extra, breakfast with the two. Oh, so you get to see cartoons, and then the Sinologa. Knew I was going to pronounce that right. Which is the museum. You get how much? So yeah, for $100, if you chip $100, you get to go to Sinalaga, which is a museum of movie props, actual screen used movie props. Just think about that. You chip $100 to this Indiegogo campaign, and you get to go to this museum. A Zoom call, and then Zoom calls with celebrities. Oh God, look at all these incentives. All these incentives are great, and I hope I didn't put anything on my personal information out, but it's a great theater, great incentives. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't, I would be watching this stuff by myself, but I want to help out this campaign. So okay, that's what I'm doing. So let's get to our first feature, which is Reefer Madness. Reefer Madness is a 1930s propaganda film warning against the dangers of marijuana. And it's not anything about how it affects you medically. It's about how it affects you in society. It'll turn you from a straight-edged teenager in high school to a common crook, a common goon. It's just, it's nothing about marijuana. It's all about be a good citizen, you. And marijuana will cause you to go off the straight edge. It's silly. It's, if you haven't heard of Reefer Madness, it's just, yeah. So let's see and get going with, let me get things organized here. There's that, there's that. And let's go with Reefer Madness. And by the way, it's in color. It's the only one I can find. Everything looks like it should be in order. So, as you can tell, it's very multitasking. Oh yeah, here we go. The incidences and characters portrayed in this motion picture are purely fictional. In similarity to anyone, usually I leave that at the end of the theater or movie. The motion picture we're about to witness may startle you. It would not have been possible otherwise to sufficiently emphasize the frightful toll of the new menace which is destroying the youth of America in an alarming increasing numbers. Marijuana, look how fancy that looks, looks like I'm tempted to have it just because of that, is the drug of a violent narcotic and yeah, look at it. This is all the real public enemy #1 is the drug. Its first effect is sudden, violent, uncontrollable laughter. No, you're just relaxed. Then come dangerous hallucinations. No. Space expands, time slows down. No, this is all LSD. Followed by emotional disturbances. No. The total inability to direct thoughts. Maybe. The loss of all power to resist physical emotions. No, you're just lazy. Finally acts as shocking violence, ending in incredible insanity. No. In pictures so strong after the attempt was made, I'm going to try and catch up. Scenes, incidents, well fictionalized for the purpose. Yeah, we're going to overemphasize everything. Are based upon actual research into the results. No, you didn't do any research. You just are. If their stark reality make you think, well, there's something that must be done. Wipe out those. Okay, so essentially, we are overemphasizing what really happens just for our cause. Because the gentleman reaching forth your son or daughter. So we're gonna, if it comes from your daughter, we're gonna overemphasize the dangers of marijuana for our own effects by making you think it's gonna hurt your children. Fake headlines. Dope peddlers. And it's all just to make money for the government. We're gonna fine you for doing something harmless. You drink water? You owe us $100. You don't deserve $100. Whatever you did, give us money for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. The reason why all of these people are 50 years old is because their oldest or youngest kids are probably 20 years old. It's that movie thing of, are you 20 years old? You're still in high school. How long did it take these people to get dressed? How many bald people, man? He must be smart. He's wearing glasses. Sorry, I got notes here. Let's see. I hope so. I received a letter. Moving on. But know what? If you took marijuana, you could wipe it out of your system with pine sol. I have no science to back it up, but it's a plant. It's able to. Well, a tree grows in Brooklyn, so. He's going to pocket that. The funny thing is, as scary as this sounds, people rolled their own cigarettes at the time. So the fact that they're rolling their own marijuana cigarettes isn't really that far-fetched. They're just doing marijuana instead of tobacco. Don't make it illegal, they won't have to hide it. Heroin and marijuana are two different things. I thought this was going to be a movie about marijuana. Why are you talking about heroin? Oh, God, I would have loved to have been the person. Seriously, imagine getting paid to do this. To burn a bunch of... to bake and get paid. Seriously, imagine getting all dressed in your Sunday best for a dare session. Dare to keep kids off drugs. Dare. Like, people could have stayed at home, but instead they had to come and see this nerd yell at them. Watching Reefer Madness eating Dominoes. What are you doing? These people are like this because of marijuana. It could happen to you. So here's two people that aren't like you at all. Ooh. Wrong boy. 6 feet. Remember. Ooh. God. I mean, how well hidden is that? It can be hidden in shoes, beer barrels, or cabinets next to your Cocoa Puffs. Remember, it can happen to you. This is a daring tale of the dangers of marijuana. Shaking. It's a very quarantine-esque, very modern-day handshake. Shaking 6 feet apart. Oh, that's why it only had. Oh, dangerous tale of marijuana. Could happen to you. Enough with the shenanigans. Giving me a good ribbing. Daring tale! Non-stop action! This tale may be too scary! Stop in the name of love. I know, I gotta avoid copyright. God, these kids are like in their 3rd year of doctor school. What are you saying, by the way? You guys weren't talking. Didn't mean to cut you off. Home? Dangerous college kids. What? What separates them from anyone else? Which one? So it's okay to be a jerk as long as you're good at a sport. How old are you guys? What is he, 42 and you guys are 31? Was it Elizabeth Moss from Mad Men? Swell time at the Shake Shack. I mean, the dangers of marijuana. You're not depressed. Society hasn't beaten you down. Beware of the dangers of marijuana. Smoking a slightly different type of cigarette. The dangers of marijuana. Man, he's happy. Trying to drum up some viewers. I mean, if the movie's going to be boring, I might as well be. God. Olive oil. Oh, God, you spoil me. Nice hot summer day wearing a sweater vest and drinking hot chocolate. White people acting like really white people. Oh, is it swell? It is swell. I'm not gonna lie, it is swell. Okay, it's a good thing this was in color, otherwise it would be in white and white instead of black and white. He's so not gonna score. Oop. Gotta break that up. Don't want things to get... There you go. I mean, his pants were gonna be wet no matter what. Yeah, don't bring your books. The forgotten Howard brother. Ron Howard brother. Goof that up. As if you weren't hyper enough. I mean, look at him. Which one? God, how much of a wuss are you that you need to ask your mom to punish your 6-year-old brother? I mean, look at that. There you go. Now beat the hell out of him. He's not going to catch him. Oh. Who cares? Just beat the hell out of him anyway. Just... Go up there. Tease me now, bitch. What is he doing? Is he just standing there? Pepsi too much for you? God. Make it a water. No, Wyatt, I can't handle it. Again, careful with the marijuana. Might make you happy. Look at this. Your spirit should be crushed. You should be working and working until you're depressed. Stupid marijuana not making people sad. He's a swell fella. Gee. Three Stooges just start? Boom, 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 boom. A healthy cigarette? Gee, I don't know. You know what? In the colorized version, we should make the smoke a different color to make it scary. I mean, well, for one, ask questions. I don't, you don't know what you're putting, but if it's just marijuana, there you go. Whoa. Alright, now that's creepy. That's more of a personality thing than a drug thing. Ooh, bless me. Walt Disney leaves his accounting job to start in animation. Again, this looks like any movie ever, or in the 30s, I should say. This is all about business. This isn't about drugs. This is like about the birth of advertising towards teenagers, that which started in the 50s. I mean, retire is permanent. Once you change your mind, I mean. Throw a shoe at the door. Again, has nothing to do with marijuana. He's not high. Oh, you almost hit that guy. I decided to lay down at the last possible second. But it's not like alcohol. Alcohol won't have any of that effect. That thing that brings in millions of dollars to corporations won't have that effect on, driving at all. It doesn't, because it brings in millions of dollars to corporations. So drunk driving doesn't exist. If you drive drunk, nothing will happen. It'll happen if it's marijuana, but not alcohol. So, hypocrites. Jeez, what a dick. That's not what the FBI's door looks like. The narcotic. So this guy, he's in the story, but how does he know about the parts that he wasn't there for? Ew. Completely worthless. I remember. It's more of a psychotic thing than a narcotic thing. People like doing things in groups. Out loud books. You know what? There's a large group of kids in a building that gather together every single day. Out loud schools. Of marijuana. Okay. It's not us. You're an idiot. I mean, what a vague question, so give me a straightforward answer. So you do have to worry. So you do have a problem, but since it's not the one that serves my cause, I'm going to totally ignore it. People like to hang out after school. The dangers of marijuana. The happy. Look at that. He wouldn't be that happy if it wasn't for marijuana. And the only way he associated with these undesirables was because of marijuana. No other reason can ever be the explanation. I'm doing all this off the top of my head. Damn. Domestic disputes won't ever happen if you don't smoke marijuana. Parties never existed until marijuana. See this? If you smoke nerdy kids who are unpopular and have no friends, this is what happens if you smoke marijuana. Ugh. Gotta find my bike in the basement of Alamo. Dang. Women get what they want because of marijuana, which is bad. Alright, he smokes marijuana and he's able to multitask, play an instrument and make out with a woman. Evil! Schroeder finally gets a piece, which is evil because of marijuana. So everyone's a suspect. Everyone's a suspect based on the little evidence that we have. I mean, before text messaging, you had to tell the bartender to leave a message for someone else. It's almost like we have something that kids want. JD, you gotta get back to surgery, or I'll give you a good ribbing. The movie's gonna be boring. I'm gonna be boring too. Again, that's not what marijuana smoke looks like. What, orphans only get a little bit of alcohol? Again, this doesn't happen to people who don't smoke marijuana. Only to people that does. Come on, you want to part my Miramax movie? Huh? What? What? Don't cross the streams. Don't cross the streams. Simba, this will all be yours. Remember, if you smoke marijuana, you'll stop a rape. Evil! Oh, what? Guns are okay, but marijuana's bad. That's because of marijuana, not because of guns. Which way am I pointing? She popped a zit. And she didn't even scream. But is she okay? That'll help her. Remember, every single murder because of guns is because of marijuana. So if we ban marijuana, we'll stop all the gun violence. It's all because of marijuana. You'll never get framed for murder if you don't smoke marijuana. You can be social, hang out with as many you can hang out with as many gang members as you can, as many violent criminals. You can hang out with them all you want, just don't smoke marijuana. Then you won't get framed for murder.